we're at the next stage doing trim. I reused the same trim that was on here. They were at a 45 up here all the way around, but I cut them short so I could put a cap on it, kind of like this right here. And you may wonder what all these black things are. Well, those are screws to hold it on. That's the white trash way I do it. This is actually the trim I was talking about in earlier about from my other house. Before they tore it down, they said we could have whatever we wanted. I went through and I took out the insulation, all the electrical wires, the outlets, everything that I put in, and I took all my trim back off. I took a whole ton of stuff, so all of this is reused. This is all dust, and it's been sitting in the barn. And then behind here, when you knock lath and plaster out, it's, you know, the certain thickness, but this is the door jamb. So now, instead of shimming the walls out so that when you sheetrock it to make it flush with this, this door, for example, is real thin up top, but it's, you know, a little thicker at the bottom. And trying to shim all that so that your sheetrock, and then it sticks out past here and even down there, and then it's just a big mess. So I would rather deal with it this way, to be honest with you. Just throw a little shim there. That's what this is. I just caulked them on. And so what I'm going to do is take my hot mud and just fill that gap up back there, and then you can just paint everything and no one will ever know the difference. And that's what I'm going to do with these. That's why they have screws in them. Get a nice secure, you know. So actually what my wife wants to do, she wants to stain the wood and then paint this white to match up here. But then once that is stained, I'm going to wood grain the trim to match that. We'll leave the door the way it is now, because it's all natural wood. I hate to paint over beautiful wood. That's one of my pet peeves. This door here, actually, somebody previously painted that, so it's Christmas time. Actually, today is January 2nd, 2023. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. To the next person who tears this apart and finds it. So I love my dog. Right, Rusty?
And his wife.
And his wife. Hey, buddy. And now to do the baseboard. Okay, here's a little after. No big ugly gaps there anymore. It's not the right way to do it, but I never said I was a professional. And now I'm going to paint everything, all the trim. Don't worry, this here is going to get painted too. This is actually wood grained. It's a faux finish. You can kind of see in the corner right there where somebody globbed up some paint in the corner and where their lines aren't straight and whatever. So all of this is painted to look like wood. So I am actually going to wood grain it. That's why I filled in all the holes with hot mud and fixed all the ugly spots. So this is my base coat color that I'm going to use. In my other video, I will check it out and I'll show you how to wood grain in that one. So I'm going to paint all the trim. I'm going to wood grain that also. I choosing this color because as a base coat because that's what I previously have from what I've done in the past. So we're going to try to match that. So anyway, here it goes. The only thing I could think of to fix this corner, there was a 2x4 right up here that was rotted. I removed it. There was one nail stuck at the very bottom down here and I didn't know it, and as I was wiggling it, it blew out this corner of concrete. Then it fell down into the abyss. This is the thing that's about 5 feet deep or so. And but then, so what I did, these tiles, they were here and I wanted something to put back in the corner, so I just took some caulk and threw it on the back side of a block of wood and slammed it on there, and then I took another one and put it on there, caulked it to that one to kind of build up something. It's not structurally sound by any means, but it's just something to keep the broken tile from falling back in that corner, because I'll probably put these back in this corner here. I'll probably just take some caulk and throw it on the back of that. Should be enough to suction it down. It's in the corner, so it's not really going to be walked on or anything. So that's what we're thinking, aren't we, Rusty? Now I'm curious to see how deep this thing is. I guessed about 5 foot, I think. That feels like it's hitting about right there. Pull my thumb out and see. Catching on my block. Come on. Let me rip that off. That's where my thumb is. Right there. So 4 foot, 5 inches. There's the 4 foot. That's close. Okay, here's the scoop. I used caulk, put those on. They took real well. Then I ran out of caulk when I got to the corner. So what I'm going to do, my wife, she remembered that we had this bag when we moved in the house. We're assuming it's grout that they used probably for this. And these tiles here were loose. Popped them out of there. And we got some hardwood issues going on. Maybe I can replace that later when I find a board. It's busted out there, and so anyway, I am going to reset these and get this finished. Well, it turns out this is obviously a grout. After I poured it down, I was like, that's not sticky.
Wife was wrong.
Wife was wrong, she just said. So now I'm pulling it back out. I'll just go get some liquid nails or something. I did throw it under that tile there, but I'm like, no one will be stepping there anyway. I just built it up the best I could, squeeze the broken pieces together, and use the grout to trap it in. So anyway, that part's done. Right, Rusty? Hi, Goldie. What you doing? Okay. I got those tiled back in. I used some liquid nails, glued them down, put some grout in. Got the corner over there also. And here we got some stain down. Kelly did that. Right, Goldie? Such a love bug. And then she had put some chalk paint down, and I am cutting in around the corbels and up top. I was getting that for her, and the side pieces, and I'm doing this piece right now. And I thought before I finish, I'd give you a progress report with a good old chip brush. And then I stained these trim pieces, and then just kind of threw some paint over it to kind of make them match this. So we're getting there. That's the color she wants to go with.